A panic attack.
One.
Hello and welcome to another West March Guys live stream. I'm your host AJ and I'll be your DM tonight. This is my lovely cast and crew. Welcome, a bunch of our regulars. Missing free from last week, but that stinks. So get right to it. Still sponsored by McCarthy Farms and anything that pops up on the screen.
Thoughts. Sometimes
I have
they're hard
them.
to swallow.
That was beautiful. So let's pick up where we left off. You guys were trying to get your fucking hands on Chanteclair, who has evaded you up until this point. You guys had done some detective work and deduced, using the scrying spell, have deduced that his father could only be the owner of a few handful of companies. So you took a shot and you headed to Vore, and then you also sent a crew of your own, of Riptide, down to I can't remember what the
It doesn't matter.
yeah, I'm so bad with the town
other
name.
place.
The southern town. No, that's it, because it's supposed to be in the north in my head because it's an N. So you sent them down to Noto. They didn't see anything, but you guys parked the red rocket and tried to using the locate object spell, tried to inspect the Chrysos factory. You found that it was heavily populated with workers, and it was completely open air. And it didn't look like there was any Chanteclair either using the spell or visually. However, Etrian had rolled fairly high on his perception, so he did notice something a little out of place. And it turns out it was Chanteclair's friends, aka his bodyguards or babysitters, which you would later come to find out, who were trying to amp themselves up and plan and make themselves prepared for killing Chanteclair. Etrian, who had learned all of this through some sneaky scouting work, tried to reason with these guys and basically say, like, hey, let's kill them together. Flubbed his entire conversation up to the point where he had to run, and they basically assumed that he was just some punk looking to try and, like, maybe get on some action or something. So they disappeared down into a elevator shaft that empties into a skunkworks factory that you guys, after a bit of exploring, would come to find out. Then, taking a risk, Finn and Nocton, I believe, teleported inside onto the other side of the door.
Risk schmisk.
Realizing that there was no platform for 100 feet, you guys descended into this skunkworks factory where Chanteclair was attempting to do some rebuilds, maybe some mods. He had the Terror of the Deep completely opened up. He was basically he had pissed off his bodyguards to the point of where they finally said fuck it, and you guys learned that they were going to kill him. And you guys kind of decided that you wanted Chanteclair alive for maybe being able to repurpose because he's connected. Either way, you guys ended up fighting the bodyguards, killing them, all the while keeping Chanteclair under a hold person spell, which is where we pick up with you guys sort of surrounding Chanteclair. Well, sorry, no. We're going to pick up somewhere else. We are going to leave you guys in that basement where you guys are trying to figure out what you guys are going to do with Chanteclair. And we're going to camera reel, zoom way up out above the city of Noto, and then we're going to zip right across back to Tika. Actually, no, we're going to go past Tika. Actually, back in time to the boat. Remember that Shoggoth you guys fought?
Wait, we have
on the way down
boats?
here? Yeah. Remember that the Shoggoth you guys fought down here?
What's a Shoggoth?
It was the large black ooze creature that had mouths and eyes and all sorts of weird sorts of appendages that was floating, trying
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I think they just knew them as the things that kept attacking the ship on the way down.
Oh, the green algae things.
The green algae things.
Okay, yeah.
So one of those little pieces got cut off and stuck to the inside of the ship hull, or stuck to the outside. That piece then got picked up on one of your guys' clothing, and it sat there, and then it got off onto some ropes, and then zipped over to Magmore's armor, where it started to feed on the little bits of crumbs that he would leave from his food because he's a sloppy eater, and then eventually growing a little bit bigger. This little green algae zips across all the way to under Finn's robes, finding the fine silks very comfortable, and there it sat. Fast forward montage of Finn going through Gnosi, going all the way to the library, meeting Julia. When he meets Julia, the camera slows down and you watch that little bit of algae jump from Finn's fine silks to Julia's her uniform clothing, and there it jumped into the back and nestled into her hair. Fast forward montage, as it grew and grew, it all the way to your guys' celebration of winning the race. You guys left Julia, she sat there. The camera then follows her glass as she sits it down, and a little hand comes off screen and drops something in the glass and then dips away. She then drinks the glass, and you guys watch her then zip on, kind of drunk and tipsy, all the way down to bed, and then sunk out. And then slowly you watch the black take hold of her irises, and her lips start to black over, her skin pales open. And then that little green algae zips out of her hair, almost nervously, to her chin, under her, and then into her mouth, all the way down into her esophagus, digs down, eats a little bit, finds that this is organic tissue, and then almost instinctively burrows itself and finds its way around the heart of Julia. It then, if you've ever seen one of those slugs empty its guts and it looks almost like a net, this thing nets and then covers her entire heart. And then you watch it pump, pump. And then slowly you watch blackness start to take over all of the cells of this body and start to rearrange, repurpose, and reform into a new being.
This isn't creepy at all.
Joe, what
Just saying.
form does this new body take?
Oh, we're gonna find out right now, aren't we? Alright, I gotta pull up the spell real quick. Because I'm stealing a spell. Should have done this before.
Oh, there would have been the montage of you guys inspecting and basically figuring out, oh yeah, she's dead, and then leaving her. And then that's when it would have come out.
Remind me again who this is that died?
Julia, it is the scribe that worked the front desk.
I remember now. Yeah. Yep. The one that Finn was
Trying to protect.
worried about. Yeah.
Oh, what spell? Oh my god.
You guys can imagine some the bones start to elongate, crack, and pop. Yeah.
Alright.
Reminds me of the proto molecule from The Expanse.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I haven't even watched that show.
The books are incredible. The audiobooks are really well done too.
Okay,
And-
maybe I'll check those out. I've been wanting to actually dive into audiobooks. I just need to find a book to do it.
Man, it's a really good series.
It's a good one.
So funny. I can have another
He was
gnome.
an underwriter for.
What?
I said another gnome.
Another gnome.
Oh no!
Team short stack.
Oh man.
We got another one, baby. All right.
Rock
So
gnome
instead
marches.
of elongating, it's the bones are compressing.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it start to.
And instead of having like a 400 or 500 year lifespan, it's like 50.
But gnomes live forever.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
gnomes
really?
live 250 to 300.
Yeah, they're less than elves, but more than humans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Heavy Neck's 50, so he's basically a teenager.
yeah, which makes sense.
It does. By playing him that way. So as it starts to take the form of this gnome, what does that gnome look like?
So it's an interesting transformation because the like facial features and everything start coming into play, like kind of similar to what she had looked like before, but a gnome, and so the color is fading. But as the color's fading, it's like all of the hair is turning like bright blue, like the same color as most of the um as she was. Kind of, it just turns
Oh,
her
it
hair.
moved. Okay, cool.
So her hair goes like stark blue, and then the rest of her, it's like blue eyes, like lots of blue features, but like blue eyes, blue hair, uh, and then the rest of it is just kind of like somewhat a athletic stature, similar to kind of what she had been before, um, and then kind of like settles into, yeah. That's
Okay,
the most defining features is kind of just like sea blue like hair and eyes.
awesome. So as the crystallization of the blue in your eyes sink finally solidifies, um, you breathe your first new breath. What do we call it? What are we gonna call you? Like Julia for right now?
Yeah, it's like she doesn't think anything. She just wakes up with like a raging
Yeah.
headache.
You're all it's a terrible hang. We're train wreck, baby. Like you feel like your spine has been compressed, like someone sat on you, somebody twisted your knees and then like jutted your like foot up inside of it. Like it's been awful.
Wicked indigestion. Her heart's
Yeah.
just like God
Oh God.
damn. And then like rolls, just kind of like goes to get up and like almost like gets up, like swings to the edge of the bed like she would to put her feet on, and then falls flat on her face because her feet don't touch the floor. And she just like hits it and then like blinks a few times and gets up and is like, oh fuck. And then like as she's like touching her face, she looks at her hand and she's just like, uh, looks down at her body, like her clothes are just like hanging off of her at this point.
So they haven't dealt with your body yet. You were put in a room, like one, like basically where all the garbage is, like and all of like the odds and ends are. So like you're waking up next to a few other dead bodies that are
Oh,
like
even better.
covered. Yeah, like you look like you've been disposed of.
We weren't that careless, were we?
No, it's the other it's the Riptide that did that.
Oh,
Them cleaning up afterwards. So they were like, yeah, we're gonna incinerate those, but like we want to
terrible.
wait till we like have all the bodies and then like have the time to do it. So, but you wake up like next to a bunch of other fallen.
And just then in that case she's like looking like she gets up, screams. If she wakes up like next to a dead body, just screams and like scrambles to her feet, backs up to a wall and is just like and like is off put by the perspective of being shorter now
Yeah,
and is like looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up and trying to figure out and like then she like looks in her like the her shirt is hanging off of her hands and like she looks down at her things are all bunched up and she's
yeah.
like just freaking the fuck out.
As you're screaming, you're gonna hear, "Holy hell! Shut the fucking goddamn!" And as like the elevator starts to whir up, you can see that Angie's like little like bun is starting to pull up as she's like cleaning some piece of equipment, and she gets up there. What the hell are you? And she's dead. She, like no stops talking and stares at you and goes, "Where's you come from?"
I was at the par party. This has gotta this is a dream. This has gotta be a dream. No, this is a nightmare.
Why are
This
your
is a
clothes
nightmare.
done?
This is a nightmare. this is definitely a nightmare. And you can see her like pinching herself, like this isn't real. You're
Chris,
not real.
are you
Nothing
gonna
is.
hurt me? Are you gonna hurt me?
She puts her hands up, and like the little things flop over the front of her, and she's like, "No, this can't be
Look,
real." And she's like slapping her face, and like,
whoa, wait, calm down. Like, hey, my name's Angie. Nice to meet you.
yeah, I know you. I know you're the leader, and the wait,
How do you know me? Oh
you're
shit.
friends with like Finn and Sheila and Nocton and
Oh, you're friends. Are you friends with Sheila and Nathan?
sort of. I mean, I knew Finn. Finn was he was helping me because I was being followed, and I
She's gonna take a really good look at your face. She's just like she's squinting. Just she hasn't quite put to, she's squinting like she's trying to think of something, but she hasn't quite put together that like the clothes don't fit. So she's just gonna be sitting there as you're talking. Are you from the boat?
I'm Julia. I worked at the library.
No, you're not. And she looks over at the bed and she goes, Julia died.
What
And
do
she
you mean
like goes
Julia died?
over and she like moves the sheet out of the way and like looks over the side and goes, okay, explain yourself. How the
I don't know. I this is a dream. This has got to be a dream. And you can see she's like,
this is not a dream, or this is my dream.
she just sits down. She's like,
And she just slaps herself. No, I'm not dreaming. Oh, holy shit. Okay.
oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? And she like pulls the
Are you,
sleeves back and looks at her hands, and she's just like, and her eyes go
where's
wide, and she
Lucy?
immediately
Where's
takes off like
Lucy?
looking for a mirror. She's not
Uh,
saying it. She's just like scrambling around like,
yeah. She can like scramble enough to like find like at least this large chrome pipe. That must be used for exhaust. That you can like get like a little bit of a warped image, and you can see that your visage has completely changed.
uh,
Uh
she just screams again, like,
oh okay, no more of that, no more of that. She's gonna then like almost putting her hands around your head. Come on, let's get you like, do you want a drink? Hey, Milton, where's that other one? What was his fucking name? Uh mm-hmm. Dun, dun. Wait, where the hell is it?
Milton, Lucy, and
Oh,
Mustard.
Milton Lucy. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking Mustard was Milton. Yeah. Milton, come on. And then she will guide you onto the elevator as it starts to lower. And as you start to see the well-lit interior of the like sort of like living kitchen area of the crankshaft, and you can see that they're still trying to fix everything. It's still a mess. She goes, let's find you some new clothes first. We are going to then hard cut all the way back to the sub basement as what the fuck are you guys doing with our boy Chanteclair? Now that you guys have like basically surrounded him, he's explained to you that you guys have a limited amount of time if unless you can get him out of the suit. So what are you guys doing?
Great question.
All right, so before we do anything, you're going to need to reassemble this bullshit over here so that we can make a clean getaway.
Okay, that won't take me very long.
Yep, hop to it.
And I will know if you are doing anything wrong.
Would you like to watch and help?
That is not a question of what I would like. It is a
Faster.
requirement.
Okay.
I really always dreamed of a sea elf asking me if I'd like to watch, but that didn't. Anyway.
All right, come on, let's go. And he starts to bring like you guys walk over to the like partial skeleton of the Terror of the Deep. He's like, do you know what the propulsion system looks like?
Of course.
All right, so that's what they're doing, and then he's gonna go and explain the like loose assembly process. Like, I mean, he's doing it like an old pro. Like he's swinging things into position, not very carefully, but just like everything's kind of like a snap magnetic fit that then like eventually will gets covered with a nice clean flat panel. So that'll take about let's do it. Roll an intelligence check. Let's say you have advantage. Well, you already have advantage, don't you?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so then
always have advantage.
yeah, so don't worry. With a 17, let's roll for
It's actually a
Sean.
pretty sad roll, but while we're working, I would like
Don't worry,
I would
Sean
s-
Player's nailed it.
I would say please elaborate on your family dynamic.
All right, man. So my dad's kind of a piece of shit, and he has been ever since my mom died.
So that is where you get your personality traits then.
Yeah, you could say. They
This
always said
this
that
explains much.
part. But look, I don't have time to be psychoanalyzed by you, but my dad is a piece of shit, and he is way more hated in this community than he is loved. He
In comparison to how much the occupants of the Riptide riding crew hate you, how much more is he hated?
I would say
Sounds equally.
I'd say yeah, it's probably equally. Hey, can you hand me that? Can you put that over there? And then he's just like he's still guiding you through like moving like the correct hosing in place. Yeah, so like dude, man, if you could convince your friends like not to kill me, I could see I look, I know of my dad's like secret projects in his laboratory. Like you guys, I could bring you there and you guys could just like ransack. Just I want to live and maybe leave this place.
I think that if you were to live, the requirement would be that you never return.
To Gnosi, I don't plan to.
And likely there would be other people who would likely have a say. Am I correct in saying that, Finn?
Yeah. So we're gonna have to probably take a vote on this, but so let me just take a stab in the dark here.
Really not. Don't want to die.
Let me just take a stab in the dark. Would you like to be part of an invasion crew to take down a pirate slumlord?
You a pirate, slumlord?
Yeah, that's not the word. It's like a slime ball, like pirate king
Piece
guy.
of frutos?
I think his personality traits are irrelevant to this man. But if we were to say perhaps that should he do this, we will help him live in exchange.
Look, man, I'll help you guys do whatever you want. I just look, want to live. That's my only ask here.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I will
Second-
need to examine your suit further in order to understand how to disable it.
I can tell you right now, I can actually articulate exactly how it is because he has told me numerous times.
Okay, so he's gonna tell me, I'm assuming, and do I understand all of it?
Yeah, so he basically tells you that the way that the suit is like operates is that it is completely experimental and it is through a series of cords that are then like stuck throughout his entire nervous system. And when he did that, he also wrapped detonation like cords around his heart, his like right around his brainstem, and then you could also see some around like the other vital organs, and then there's probably like a few around his lungs. So
I'm
like,
confused as to why you would ever allow such things to happen to you.
did you really think that I had a choice?
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't seem like you had much of one.
I just woke up in this shit, man.
This does, however, remind me of something. Didn't Xander have something similar?
Xander has a suit, but his is like if you ever listen to him go on about his was specifically built into his spine. So he replaced his entire spinal, like his entire bone for the like his like and then replaced it with like actual like all this machinery and like Mizium like steel. So Like his was concentrated in the spine. Chanteclair's looks like it's the suit, but if you tried to remove the cords, you're then gonna pull and then you're gonna trip the detonation.
So I would know how to disable this.
You would have to go through a major surgery, open me up, and then meticulously surgically remove all the cords.
I am more of a mechanic than a surgeon. I do not know if that is wise.
We do have somebody who knows medicine very well, but he's not here with us. If we could get him topside and also find Zilch.
I believe that I may be able to interfere with the signal so that your father cannot detonate it prematurely.
No. I don't think. I'm pretty sure if the signal is interrupted within a certain time frame, it's just going to go off. I have extensively asked numerous black market surgeons about this, and none of them have taken me up on it.
Sorry, I can't help. I'm done. No.
Now, why would they not take you up on this? Just out of curiosity, is there like extreme danger?
They said something about being connected to the eel, which is my favorite nickname. But yeah, it's mostly about my connection to my father. And we're
right.
done. And then like right about now is like where he's like sliding the last panels onto it, and the Terror of the Deep right now is like fully functional. You're going to have to get some fuel in her, but
I'm gonna go into the cockpit immediately and make sure that the mechanism that was previously there is disabled.
Which one?
The one that chopped off my hand?
That was the key that you needed to operate the entire thing. It wasn't a mechanical device in the ship itself. It was embedded in the wrist key.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't need a key anymore then.
No, don't worry.
I'm not sure why you think I should not worry. And I just clack my claw right in his face.
Over. He's just going to kill me anyway. It would be great to fuck you over, but
we're not going to kill you. We're gonna let you die. It's just a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, if you keep insisting that it's fun to screw with the people who basically have your life in their hands, then maybe we'll just let you have your life.
Screwing with who?
You never mind.
Wait, hold on. So let me review. What's the plan here? Did we all decide on a plan?
I do not believe we did.
I feel like I've been spacing out for the past 4 weeks. We don't have a plan for how we're gonna get him out of this armor.
We do not.
Okay. Somebody said we were gonna let him die in the armor. Is that not what we're doing?
Magmore did say that.
But then resurrect him.
Yeah, you could do that.
If he detonates, how do we resurrect him? Does that I don't know how those that's some divine godsy bullshit. So how does that work exactly?
I believe Etrian had some sort of thing. Maybe it was Magmore.
Here's the thing: you need a dead creature that has been dead for no longer than a century, that didn't die of old age and isn't undead. So I would say you would need a piece of him.
So just his hand will do.
Just chop it off before it blows up.
Exactly.
You guys tell me what's happening. I'll tell you how it goes.
I'm gonna basically lock Chanteclair to a handrail somewhere and be like, we must discuss.
Okay.
Yeah,
remember I could sneak you into my father's lab. Don't forget.
I believe that we are going to keep you alive at least for the time being. So
yeah, because that doesn't sound like a trap at all.
What?
Okay, so let's say we get out of here because we don't want to be in here at all. And what if I take this guy up topside to go meet with Xander and see if Xander can do anything? unless you want to give it a shot, Nocturne.
Do anything how? As in try
Like-
and disable this?
Yeah, why not?
I would prefer to simply let him explode and revive him than be within the vicinity, as I am not sure how large this explosion would be.
Also, oh, go ahead.
I would suggest that we simply acquire the means to get into his father's lab, give it to Angie, and let it be done. Take Chanteclair with us and stick him in with one of the crews.
Yeah, so okay, so he's gonna explode, and we're gonna put him on the ship.
No. Whoa. Excuse me. Yes, I skipped a couple steps. We will let him explode, resurrect him, and then
put him on the ship.
put him on the ship.
What is required to resurrect this fine?
I work in machines, not squishy and unpredictable flesh.
Chime in and say that he needs at least 1,000 gold pieces worth of a diamond.
Oh, yeah, there we go. This asshole is not worth that. So,
Oh, come on. I could get you 10 times that in my father's study.
Excellent.
can you do it before you explode?
No.
Okay, well, what the fuck good are you?
I don't know. We'd have to go like right now, maybe. Maybe we can get it there.
My guy, you're gonna fucking die. Like, I'm sorry.
Look, man. If we're going to go, we got to go now. Then
Were we to rally the entirety of the Riptide Riding Club, could we simply usurp your father's empire?
well, I was going to say my father's mansion, fortress, compound is heavily armed and defended. He's got robots that patrol the hallways, and he's got little fucking turrets that come up and shoot things that come too close.
And
Oh,
you
no.
expect us to be able to
I
just...
have a fucking back way in.
Oh, so we could let everyone in the back way.
Yeah, let's not do the turrets. I don't like the turrets. I'm fucking
No,
done with turrets. I've had enough of them.
God, dude, they go after like the stupidest things, like little fish that go by. It shoots them. Like, why would you even do that?
Do you remember? Okay, so you know, like the prison that we just. Never mind. Anyway, I'm done with the fucking turrets. So back way in it is. Let's fucking Sheila. What do you think? Are you down?
If he's got them diamonds, I'm down.
Okay. Hey, dipshit, are you down? Talking to Magmore.
Yeah, totally, absolutely.
All right, let's fucking go then.
All right. Should we stop by the crankshaft on our way and stock up with anything?
I do not believe that Angie will
was-
be happy to see you, but I'm happy to show you to her.
No, we leave we're not bringing Sean in front of him. I don't
What?
want to be in front of that bull.
I think it is likely a good idea to go to the crankshaft first. You are
Why?
going to stay here, Chanteclair, and I'm going to make sure that you don't go anywhere.
Why would we not bring Chanteclair with us?
I think Angie will kill him on sight.
Yeah.
No, I mean, why do we not bring Chanteclair to his father's?
I thought that's what I was going to do.
Wait, okay, I'm confused.
So
You're
we're
going
going
to-
to the crankshaft to resupply,
Okay.
then back here.
And then back here to pick up Chanteclair, so in the meantime he can swim away.
Why wouldn't Chanteclair just be in the ship with you? Go to the crankshaft, leave him on the ship.
Okay, that works.
Oh yeah, good, that's a good point.
Yeah, because Chanteclair, how are you getting in anyway? And he's like, oh wait, since we're here, we probably go through you guys probably know the junkyard route. That's the quickest way, which is the one that you took way earlier in the Gnosi arc. So you guys are familiar.
Oh, so we got to go up to. Okay, so we're going up to the crankshaft, and then we're going way past the crankshaft. Then we're gonna go into the city. And how far into the city do we really have to go?
We have to go all the way to the inner circle.
Mm.
We should be able to get there if we leave now and go all the way over there and speed and go to the pass. Yeah, I'd probably say it's like 5 hours to get there. So like halfway till my death. Remember I go boom?
All right. Yeah, that
Seems
sounds
sufficient.
ideal.
Yeah. Don't worry. We can take the Terror of the Deep into Gnosi because it has stealth.
When you say we, you mean I will.
You will, but I mean, like we all have to be in the ship if you're going.
Understood.
All right, so you guys start to gather yourselves, realize that the elevator is broken, and how are you getting out of here?
We take the Terror of the Deep up?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I forgot you had the Terror. So you guys can all cram. Well, Sheila, you're not gonna fit. A lot of people are gonna be hanging on the outside of this thing.
That's fine.
So as you guys all
At least till we get
pile
outside.
onto the Terror of the Deep, Natan, you feel the familiar vibrations of the terror of the vehicle coming to life, and you can nimbly get yourselves out of this little like hidden workshop. You guys hop right on out into Bore, which I'll bring you to this map now. And it is a hop, skip, and a jump as you guys travel all the way down to Tika. Now, that's going to take probably 2 hours to do all that. What are you guys doing in the meantime?
I am interrogating Chanteclair to tell me all about every single nook and cranny of the ship.
Of this ship? Oh. Well,
In the meantime, I am interrupting Nocturne like every other question to be like, so tell me what you know about the inner circle and anybody there who might want to assassinate someone.
oh, assassinate anyone? If anyone was going to assassinate anyone, it would have been.
Because I have somebody who may or may not be assassinating anyone I associate with.
Okay, if anyone was going to assassinate anyone in this city, it would be the Sionatos, which is just means silent death in Sea Elf.
All right, so those would be the people who wear the cloaks and then they disappear into a crowd and
not
push people out into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, I mean I've heard of those people. They even got really close to my father one time. Like the bullet which went right above my head. But
all right,
yeah, so I would start there. Why are you people trying to kill someone you know?
Well, everyone that I get even remotely near. So, yes, I think so. I think I was asking too many questions.
About
the pre-submergence.
oh, you liked. Oh man, okay. So you definitely want to keep me alive. My father is a bit of a pre-submergence buff. So if you want, I can show you where he keeps all of those like documents. He's got books, he's got posters, he's got paintings. He loves the shit.
All right, I thought you were gonna suggest that we go talk to your father, and I was gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But no, okay, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Definitely not the
okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I never claimed to be, and that's fine.
But no, seriously,
we all have our strengths.
Yeah, but seriously, my father does have. He's got like books on books on books.
All right, good, because I'm not exactly a detective, and I'm trying to be.
What are you trying to do? That's going to get you killed. That's pre-surgeons. Chasing conspiracies?
Let me actually roll to see if I of course. Let's say that something happened pre-submergence that I'm trying to find out a little more about.
Oh. Oh, like that explosion?
What explosion?
Oh, there was like a big explosion. Like there was a big malfunction in like some of the equipment, and it like blew up like a quarter of the city. That's
really?
what like that's like I'm pretty sure that's what all this junk is that we're passing. As you guys are weaving through the like columns of like trash on your way to Tika.
In the boneyard?
Yeah, through the barnyard.
Okay. I'm gonna be like, all right. Did people go missing during that time? Well,
I'm
I
pretty
assume a
like
lot of people died.
100,000 people died.
Okay, interesting. So that would have been a perfect cover for somebody to go missing.
It was probably like 50,000, but I mean, what? I mean, what's the difference, really?
All right.
Okay. All right. So what? Anybody else? Squeeze anything in as you guys can see the lights of Tika coming up. So you guys can cruise through the like the northern part of the town, passing by all the dwellings. It's way early in the morning. Is you guys, or actually no, it's probably getting to be like one or two. Yeah, one or two. Let's call it that. As you guys now pass, like people sort of waking up for like the red eye shift. But you can see the crankshaft. You pull up right next to it. Do you pull into it or do you like leave the like how are you guys pulling it? Because I only asked because Chanteclair is on board.
I vote we stuff him in a closet.
Oh, all right. Come on, man. Just let me like sit back. We'll make a noise. I'll just sit back here.
If Angie finds you, you will die before your father kills you.
Oh God, don't please don't. Oh, that giant. Oh no, please don't. Okay, I promise I will be on best behavior.
Inside of a closet.
Inside of it, where is even a closet?
I'm gonna like rip open a smuggling compartment in one of the in one of the on the Red Rocket and be like, oh wait, we're on the
So as after you got out of the ship, you would have pulled up to the Red Rocket. So you could have taken
We're
Terry.
gonna throw him into the smuggling compartment on the Red Rocket.
Yeah. Okay. So you just cram him in there. You just thanks. It's so comfortable. Can I at least get?
I'm gonna throw him like a piece of fabric I found laying around. Be like, here's a pillow.
As it's like floating like in his face, he just tries to blow it, and it just goes right onto his forehead, and then like
Yes,
he's trying to get it, and he's just like,
exactly.
and he's just gonna sit there, fucking trying to get it off as you close the panel behind him, and you pull into the crankshaft. Um, as you do that, I'll say that you're probably in. Well, actually, I have the crankshaft. It's going to be littered with people, though. It is currently littered with people. Riptides are still in the process of getting this place cleaned up from the mess that happened. But you guys, let's call it you're in Bay 3, so you're on the second floor. That is connected to like the dining hall aspect. And as you guys pull the Red Rocket in, you guys can see that Angie's standing like almost like triumphantly as your guys like arrival. And next to her is a gnome that you guys have never seen before. But is wearing some sort of dude. She didn't even get you new clothes. She just cut them.
Perfect. She probably would have just been like, she's still dumbfounded, and you can see she occasionally pinches herself, like as she's like moving around, like this can't be real. This can't be real.
She's got her like big blue hand, like actually like rested on your like big blue head. As you guys can watch as they get onto a little the elevator and drop into the engine bay, and they're walking towards you as you guys sort of pile out of the Red Rocket.
Tolan, when'd you get here?
Well, guys, I believe this one's yours.
No, Oz. No, Oz is a boy.
Finn, it's me.
Hello, you.
Finn, I told you he's one of yours, and I don't believe her either. But
it's Julia.
The proof is in the empty bed.
And then Finn's gonna get like real serious as soon as you say it's Julia, and he's gonna be like, "Don't joke about that. Who are you?"
I'm Julia.
No, seriously, who the fuck are you?
Finn, I'm serious. It's got to be you. Look, I'll show you. Come here. Hey, can you take me up to the junk room real quick?
She's gonna like recite back something you like searched for very specifically, like when you were like in the library, like you were looking for books on the pre-emergence. Right.
Okay, yeah, Julia would know that, and probably a bunch of assassins.
All right, well,
Oh, that's true. Ah, come on. I don't think she's an assassin. She would have killed me already.
What's your sister's name?
Joe doesn't remember, but Julia does.
She does have a sister. I didn't give her a name, but we're gonna call it Kathleen.
Right.
Kathleen?
All right. And where did we stay when I was hiding you the first night?
In that, so hopefully I can remember. In that tower, that weird tower thing that was pretty abandoned. It was really sketchy. Am I remembering that right?
All right.
Come on, Finn, you got to believe her. And Phantasma has now come out of the woodwork, and she's like, "Come on, Finn, you got to believe her there."
Yeah, there's no way they would have tracked us there.
I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what I this
Yeah,
is
okay, good, because that was my second question. What the fuck happened? But if you don't know, then I guess I guess that's the
passed
end of that
out.
conversation.
Look,
I
we
passed
did
out.
see it. She's totally healthy. She's like nothing that I can see on her.
Okay,
Am
but
I
the,
understanding that this is a different species than when she was last alive?
well,
Yeah,
she was a sea elf, much like everyone else here, Nocton. And unfortunately now she won't be able to breathe underwater, which means
Fuck.
she
She's just
probably
like-
can't continue to live here. So this is an issue.
She just starts pacing back and forth even faster. This can't be. This can't be real. This can't be real.
Also,
Right, all right.
you died. What the fuck?
yeah.
She turns around. She's like, "What?
Your lips were black.
I died. I died. How did
Yeah,
I?
we came back. There was the party. We did whatever the fuck we did, and you were dead.
I remember the party. I got so drunk I passed out. Oh God. And that's like you can see that's like the last thing she remembers. She's like, I had such a headache, and it just. Oh God. And she's just like, and then she like runs over to something and just throws up.
All right. Did anyone here check for Julia's previous body?
Yeah, Finn, I would show you. Can you take me up to the junk room?
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go. And then you hop on the elevator. It's a quick, like, 2-minute ride. And she gets up and she points right at where there was, like, they have a bunch of stretchers with, like, bodies that are covered with linens. And she points at one of the beds that has linen still thrown about and it is completely empty. She goes, "That's where we found her. Look."
Yeah, I
And look,
remember that one, that
look,
one, that
look,
one,
look.
that
And
one.
there's nothing around the corner. I even poked through this room. She didn't hide the body somewhere. So unless she ate it, that's Julia.
And then Finn's gonna look her up and down, like, just to see if it looks like she ate a body. All right.
She's just like
Look, I've been
looking
doing.
back at you like,
We've been racking our brains about this, and it is beyond science. It's beyond our knowledge, and we're just glad that she's alive. Am I right? Am I right? And she's like looking at you guys like,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm glad that Julia's
glad to
alive.
have you. We're gonna
Julia,
find
Julia's life is going to be completely different now. And also, I mean, I'm glad you're still alive. Yes. And from a logistical standpoint, like, this is actually good because you still have information that I am not currently able to access anywhere else. So, welcome back to life, and I'm glad that I don't have to kill anyone to avenge your death.
well, can we still do that? Because this is really inconvenient, and
that should be on the table.
Oh,
just
yeah, okay, yeah, fair.
Okay.
Super reasonable
Just-
request. We are actually we are getting sidetracked, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to do something else first, which will help us to do that later.
sure. Okay.
Hey, you good with a weapon?
I mean, I I took I took archery lessons back when I was a kid,
Huh.
like forever ago.
How is archery underwater? I've never tried it.
Well, it was this class. It was on like the old Elven ways, and they had us things set up where they taught you it.
Heavy Neck clinks away for a little bit and starts rummaging through Talon's pack. He goes and pulls out Talon's bow and is like, "Hey, try this." And Talon's just goes, "Hell no! Wait, that was mine." And he's just like tosses it to you. You catch it. It feels like it's a +1 bow, I believe. But it feels good.
Okay. She'll like take it and like just kind
Oh,
of.
right, need an arrow. And then he just like slides an arrow to your feet. He goes, try and hit something.
She'll like kind of like.
Hit Toland. Toland, go run about.
Wait,
No,
wait,
fuck,
wait. You want me to
I'm
shoot
not
him?
doing that. No, he don't shoot me. Shoot something else. Shoot that pipe. And he's just gonna point off into the direction of anything.
Yeah, it's fine. You can shoot him. He's fine.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I gotta add something real quick. Inventory.
And you can fix him later.
That's true. Just hit one of the small ones.
Weapon. Short. Short bow +1. Add. Equip. Actions. She'll like pull it back and it looks very comfortable in her hands and she's kind of almost off put by it and then she lets loose.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
And she's like that what?
So you did this when you were what, a kid?
Buried that arrow through the pipe. And she's just like, huh, you're not supposed to be able to do that.
No, that this is and you can see she's like looking at like staring, drops the bow and staring at her hands like I can't what the fuck happened to me?
Whoa.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. So there's a plus side to this, Julia. I don't know how we were blessed with this fortunate incident of you coming back to life and reincarnating into a different body of somehow. But here's the thing. No assassins are going to be looking for a fucking gnome. Also, they might look at a gnome and be like, what the fuck? But also, you're still blue.
Well, I mean, I have blue hair. She's like normal gnomish color otherwise.
Oh, okay. All right, well, they're not going to be looking for you. You're still going to be out of place, but they're not going to be looking for you.
I guess that's an advantage.
So you want to come with us and steal some shit?
Sure.
Okay, just do. So what you just did, you just keep doing that. Hang the fuck back and do that shit.
Yeah, cool. She like grabs the thing of arrows and is like, I guess this is okay. And she like swings it over her back and she's just like,
Hey, Tolan, give me you stay here. And Tolan, have you just like pulling Tolan's like leather armor? He's like, he's not using it. You're gonna you gotta fix that thing that she shot up there. So it's fine. You got it.
she looks at Talon and is just like,
Look, he's the first mate. He's used to this. It's okay. And plus, like, you're a better shot than he is. And Tal will begrudgingly just kind of like go back and forth with Heavy Neck, but you can get suited up so that you at least have like some leather armor. You have like some boots, like some spare Talon boots. Like Heavy Neck will give you some gloves if you want them. Like, but he's like, I never use these things. It's stupid.
As we walk by, or as Finn walks by Talon, he's gonna like crouch down and go like this as he walks by.
Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, great, cool. I thought we made progress, guys. Guess not. But you guys can gather yourselves and put yourselves back onto. Now this will be the interesting part. You're not all gonna fit in the Terror of the Deep. So what is the plan to do? Because Chanteclair told you that he was gonna put like cloaking on to be able to like approach and move through the city with his vehicle. The Red Rocket does not have that. So what's the plan, guys?
How many people can we fit in the Terror of the Deep?
No, you could probably squeeze everybody but Sheila. Like Heavy Neck's out.
Sheila, how comfortable are you with being invisible hanging on the outside of the ship?
We could strap you.
I am
She
fine
just be
to
like
hang.
hanging on the ship, like, and just kind of like flying. Like, I don't think that she gets cloaked. Would she get cloaked? I don't know.
There are ways to make her invisible.
Oh yeah, you just do that. Man, Finn, you could just do your thing.
Yeah, Nocturne and I both can do that shit.
Okay, so that's a good plan. You guys
All
ready?
right. Yeah, fuck it.
All right, you guys can wave goodbye to Angie, Phantasma, Heavy Neck, Tolland.
Katrina Magmore.
Oh no, I was rolling to see if Heavy Neck was like fuck it because I'm small. I'm gonna try and fit anyway. But no, he hangs back because he's still fucking arguing with Heavy Neck or with Tolland. But yeah, Magmore and Etrian both are like, good luck, guys, and they just wave you off as you take off quickly, head out of Tika, back up to the boneyard.
It may have been wise to bring people who are better at being stealthy.
Too late, you're already there.
Well, we brought Sheila.
Yeah, you guys are fine. So you guys hop on through the boneyard. Chanteclair is also gonna like you'll have to pull Chanteclair out of the Terror of the Deep. And oh, how are you doing that? How are you getting Chanteclair out of the Terror of the Deep, out of the Red Rocket and into the Terror of the Deep in the shaft?
Turn him invisible.
All right, if you want to use that slot, go for it.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, you can.
I'm asking Finn because
What?
to get Chanteclair out of the Red Rocket into his ship, we're gonna have to make him not be Chanteclair.
Yeah.
I mean, we're out of sight of the building of.
No, you're in the building still. I had to walk it back because you guys were both in the garage.
Oh,
So, like,
both vehicles are in the garage?
yeah, you guys didn't leave the Red Rocket out. You walked it in.
Shit.
It's a hilarious complication.
Um,
I will distract Angie.
Okay, I like it. How are you distracting her?
I'm going to go over and be like, Angie, I could use some assistance in tuning up this claw before we go on our next adventure. Do you?
Hell yeah, buddy. I've already been thinking about the cool things you could hide in there. I was thinking about maybe like a booze container, then maybe a knife, and then a lighter, and then maybe a zapper, and then maybe an extendo thing. But yeah, we'll just, and she like, let's do this. Roll performance check. Or and actually, no, you're trying to deceive. So I guess if you want to do deception, you can do that. I'll give you
Well,
that.
I mean, I am trying to genuinely get her to help me, but just I guess.
But you're also trying to distract. So.
Yeah. So.
All right. Now that will set the DC for when Finn tries to be like nonchalant and getting Chanteclair in the video.
Oh God.
So I will say that with those rolls, Angie's still kind of like looking up and like looking around at you guys. She's like, do you guys need anything? She just seems a little distracted and not like totally involved with what she's doing. I'll say that the DC is 17.
Yeah.
So as you pulled Chanteclair out from his little like stowaway panel. Oh God, what's the deal?
Sheila,
oh, God,
Sheila. Sheila, I need you to over here so you can like kind of walk behind you.
Okay. Let me sneak on over here.
All right.
All right. So I will say that Sheila can definitely help you with your role. So just
Okay.
This is more. It's not about Chanteclair because he's invisible. It's more about like.
Oh, he's not invisible.
He's not invisible. Oh, you're just trying to hide him?
Yeah, I'm trying to hide him
even
behind
better.
Sheila.
Okay. All right. Go for it. So, yes.
28, baby.
You don't even need the fucking advantage. That's awesome. So as Sheila's just standing there, you don't even like need her help because you realize that like she's thick, and you're like, oh, if I just like hold him like to the side of me, I can just walk behind one of her legs, and like literally I've got like 2 or 3 inches on the side. So with Sheila's cheeks and Finn's in just raw stealth ability, you can just pump and throw him in to the Terror of the Deep. While Nocton is just finishing getting a little bit of like calibration like checks, and then he has his well, a little bit improved mechanical hand and claw. But he will rejoin you as Angie. I mean, you guys can all just pile in behind him, so like it's just like blocking from it. Like Chanteclair's just on the opposite side of your guys' body within the cruiser. So you guys all pile in. She goes, "All right, buddies," and she just like slaps the exterior. Goes, "I can't believe that we fucking got this son of a bitch. Am I right? Taking
Indeed.
care of her. Let's go, Nocton." And then Nocton, you take off. Now that brings us to you guys getting to the boneyard.
As we
Chanteclair
fly
goes,
away,
yes.
once we're out of like the garage, I'm gonna say it's a miracle she did not ask if we actually killed him.
Oh yeah, that is true. Holy shit.
Yeah.
You are a lucky creature, Chanteclair,
She totally forgot. That's funny.
because
mean-
none of us are very good at lying.
I think what happened
yeah,
is
none of us.
she saw the Terror of the Deep and she just assumed, she was like, "Oh, he's dead." Like that would be the only way that you get that. So yeah, she just assumed.
I mean, that's good for us too, because she probably would have killed us too.
Oh
She
yeah.
would have been quite unhappy indeed.
Yeah, she's got a real temper on that woman, huh? Hey, nothing. Don't go this way. Go left. Go over here. You see that little like opening? Don't worry, it's false. And you actually find a much larger like sort of tunnel that then tunnels through the left side of where you normally take the little bikes because you were gonna fit into that area. But as you start to weave through this earth, you guys are passing by like large buildings and like it look but almost like they've been cross-sectioned out and then filled with dirt. As you pass by Finn, roll a perception check.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yep, that's what I thought.
No. So with that perception check, you don't see any of the other sigils that pass by, and none of your other flashbacks are going to trigger. But you guys can make your way down this tunnel. It takes like maybe 10 minutes, not even. Actually, it'd be a lot less. Sorry, 5 minutes to get to the opposite end of this wall. And right as you see these two little torches, he goes, "All right, no, wait. Nothing. Hit the button really quick. And you guys are going to need Sheila to be invisible."
Oh yeah, hold up. And then Finn's gonna reach out and touch Sheila.
The ether
Bye-bye.
covers her and conceals her into nothing. While you watch it's almost like the panels on the Terror of the Deep just kind of like flip over, like if they were like spun on like in the middle. And as they flip over, they like flash for a little bit and then completely shine like out of existence. So you're basically just like, you can see the interior of the cockpit, but like the rest of the vehicle is completely gone from view. And then you can carry yourselves out. So as you find yourselves back into Gnosi, the warm lights of the epicenter are starting to create a natural sunrise to the environment. You are going to travel from. You're gonna have to go past Gemini, past Taurus, past Aries, and past Phoenix. You have a little bit of time. Is there any shenanigans that you guys want to do before you get to the Phoenix cluster?
Short rest.
You can get a short rest. You got like more than an hour.
Oh, I actually don't need one. Never mind. I thought I got hit in that fight, but I didn't.
So Julia, I mean, you remember Chanteclair, I think, right?
I've heard of him. I don't know if I met. Didn't you guys not like him?
Yeah, he was the bad guy. He still is, kind of.
Oh, it's
Okay.
subjective.
We
Means
can
to
watch
an
it
end.
blow up though.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he could blow up at any minute,
She
but
takes a
don't mind
step
that.
back. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it doesn't matter where you are in this cockpit. If
Oh,
he
it
blows up,
doesn't
we're
even
all
matter
we're all
where you
dead.
are. Doesn't matter where you are within a 500-foot radius, probably.
Great, great, great. She pinches herself again. It has to be the truth.
Why didn't we put him on the outside?
Because
Well,
I
maybe.
don't necessarily trust him being invisible outside of the craft.
Fair.
Maybe you are the leader. As you get past the Ares cluster, it is slowly getting the light into it. It has in the morning, it has a cool effect because the buildings aren't quite lit yet. Those are dark. The streets lights kind of like shine upwards through the cluster and create this like underlit effect that gives like a nice cool gradient as you pass by on the left side. And Chanteclair like lifts like his scrunched up hand is like, all right, that's the Phoenix cluster right there. You can see it because of this stupid bird. Now, and he goes, go off to the the epicenter side face, the one that's facing the middle, and it should be coming up right, and you like you see all these different vines and like well not vines like kelp and coral that are like kind of like latched onto the bottom of this cluster, and as they start to peek away, Nocton or who has a passive perception above a 15?
Me.
Nocton,
Yes.
I know you.
Me.
I'm sorry to see anybody else.
I do.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
Julia
yeah.
Nocton, you see it first. It looks like there is a like well hidden, like sort of area that you could just kind of pull through. And as you pull into it, it creates this like almost like this little private tunnel that has this nice little bioluminescent coral that exists all around the bottom and above you. And then you guys kind of just chug forward. As you guys chug forward, he goes, "All right, so now that we're in here, um, it is going to be um, probably a race. Um, I I hope my father usually works from home, but sometimes he has to go into the city. I don't know. Maybe we get lucky and he's not home, but we are going to have to worry about the extreme security system that exists in there now. The good thing, well, I don't know if he's made me an enemy yet, so we might be able to get through with me just showing my face and being like, "Hey, I'm supposed to be here." But if that's not the case, we might have to just like start just like fighting our way out, or fighting our way to it. But the route is like this: we're going to pull up into like a dock that is built in like this completely underground dock that then empties up, and then you follow like a spiral staircase upward, and then that brings you into the east wing of the mansion. Now we have to go once we get into the east wing. We have to get out of that staircase, go into another staircase that is like not the access staircase. That one actually takes you up 3 stories. Then we have to go through like a 500-foot hallway that goes all the way down to the west wing. And then once we get to the west wing, that transfers us to another staircase that is my father's private one that takes us right up to his private level.
Oh, excuse me. Was I supposed to be listening?
Yes, you were supposed to be listening.
Oh, I am sorry. I heard you say that we might need to race away from some sort of attack, and I was paying attention to that. So, what happens in the case that, we this ship is damaged? How are we leaving?
Well, the ship should not be damaged because we are going to leave it here, like at the dock.
Okay.
So unless like the walls cave in, the ship should be fine. There will be other ships that we like park next to, like my father's. He has his fancy, his. They're not fast, but they're nice cars. Um,
I see.
but once we get there, yes, we go up, and then we just have to. We're just going to have to try and sneak our way all the way to my father's private lab, and that is where I think Nocton, you're going to probably have to help me because I'm going to need some steady hands to try and like break into it. Because usually
Understood.
I just would steal one of his old cards, but I don't want to be around him. So we're going to have to find another way in. But that's where you and I come in. But once we're
Great.
in, then you guys have free reign. Just do as much stuff as you want. I would assume that there's probably going to be a security system in the lab, so maybe we have to disarm that first. But I have never actually seen it. The
I'm gonna
lab.
turn around and say to Finn and everyone else, remind me again why we're doing this.
That's a bunch of things. Dude, okay, so do you want to know what my father has been fucking working on this whole time? I mean, holy shit, dude. The guy has, first off, he has arcane gates almost like down to a science. He has been he gives eldritch energy weapons to the fucking state.
Define arcane gates.
So you know how I kind of cheated in the race and like jumped ahead of you guys?
I fucking knew that was teleportation. I knew it.
Yeah. My father, he has been working on these gates that allow you to teleport from one to another. And
Oh, you son of a bitch! That's so smart.
That sounds cool.
I mean, too bad that they're destroyed now, but
We can do the thing that Heavy was talking about in the astral plane.
the what? The heavy neck? Who's the heavy neck?
Don't worry about it. I'm not talking to you. Nocturne, we can do the thing. And Sheila, you remember that the thing that Heavy Neck was talking about, where we put a series
Yeah,
of
wasn't
them.
he calling them like planet gates or something?
Yeah, exactly. We could do
Sun
that
gates.
where we can go from anywhere to anywhere. Like,
Yeah, that's what my father is trying to do. He's just obsessed with trying to find a cure for my mother.
What's wrong with your mother?
That's irrelevant. We should get going.
Sheila, I killed my mother when I was born, but my father was able to salvage what little remained of my mother, mentally speaking, where she now exists in a state of suspended animation, and he has been trying to figure out a way to bring her back. And currently, he does not have an answer.
That sounds like a
Reminds
horrible
me
way to live.
of that every time.
all right, well, let's do it.
But
Well,
yeah,
I hope you don't blow up in the house where she's at.
I also hope that since we're within 500 feet of you.
I imagine that if I had my mother alive, I would probably be a little different. But now's the time for psychoanalyzing, am I right? As you guys pull up to the harbor, you can see there's like 2 or 3 more like Chrysos nice fucking cruisers that are just sitting there. Like, I mean, I don't know what I guess the equivalent of collecting dust would be like it's starting to like has like kelp and little like bioluminescent like stuff growing on it because it just hasn't been moved in fucking like probably 5 fucking years. But as you guys pull up and park, it looks like it exists into like a hatch, and then you can like when you get through that hatch, that's when you get into the staircase. But you guys pile out of it. Sheila, you're still invisible, I believe, because that trip. Hold on. Where's my fucking cursor? What shit? Yeah, that trip was only like maybe an hour.
All right, then the invisibility would wear off right about now.
Okay, so yeah, right as you guys pull up, you guys can see that Sheila's hand zipped and now appears into view.
So as we get into the stairwell, it's not water anymore.
That's the good thing. That's the difference about Gnosi inside. Some of it actually is still submerged, and his father actually keeps like parts of it in water. So this access tunnel is currently still in water.
Okay.
So as you guys get to the elevator, get to the stairwell, he goes, "Don't worry. When we get up there, there's air once in the mansion." And then he opens the door. There's water that pours through, and it's kind of like the spiral staircase is more just kind of like a winding tunnel that just kind of like you can swim upwards. But eventually, you get to another steel trapdoor. This is where Chanteclair comes in, and he goes, "All right, let's hope he didn't change the locks." And presto, we're in. And a rush of warm water zips into, and you can see that this stairwell opens up into like this little room. And he goes, don't worry. Go in there and we drain it. Right? So you guys pile into this room. The latch closes, and then he just like hits a few more buttons on other console. The water just quickly drains out, and you are presented with another steel trap door. He looks at you and goes, "All right, guys. So this is where we need to be extra stealthy. Is there any way for you to do that invisibility thing?"
What, on everyone?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh wait, have you guys let me use my suit? Can I use it now? Because then I have a bunch of shit I can do. Because you
Didn't you
guys.
say your father would know where you are if you use it?
Oh shit, you're right. I did say that. I forgot. Totally forgot the details. All right. Yeah, because he's fucked. So all right, fine. Yeah. Can you do that?
Fuck. All right. So second level is one person. Third level is two. Fourth level is three. So there's 5 of us. Can
Well,
anybody do the?
Chanteclair doesn't need to be invisible.
Oh, right.
I would like to be invisible, please.
What you
Oh.
like is irrelevant.
I know what I know, but it would probably benefit you if I was invisible.
Nocturne, can you do the invisibility too, or is it just me?
I cannot.
All right. Fuck me. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. All
Am
right.
I still invisible?
Nah.
We're off.
Oh shit.
All right. How long are we gonna need to be invisible? Like this the whole time?
If we move quickly, not we could probably be in and out within an hour.
All right.
But we can't dilly dally. Once we get it, it's just like grab shit, go.
All right. Should we do 2 hours just to be safe?
Probably.
All right. So I'm gonna extend spell a 6th level invisibility and turn all of us invisible.
Damn.
Okay. You all disappear from view. So goes, all right, let's go. Keep to the sides of the walls. The robots, they are quick and they don't try to evade you. And you open the door to a lovely aroma of like lavender and honey, just like this a little bit of vanilla that just kind of wafts through your nose. You are looking at white marble floors, white marble walls with white like columns, that gothic arch into a like nice pointed ceiling. There is gold and red trim everywhere. In the marble on the floor, there are gold flecks like somehow in the marble. There's red carpets with gold trim that like run down these walkways. It looks like in the east, like you're currently in the east wing, and like it's a long hallway that like opens up into a much larger sort of like full wooded room that looks almost like a like almost just like a trophy room. You could see like not I guess like taxidermy, but you would see different like exotic animals that are kind of like poking around into that like doorway that exists down there. He goes, all right, here's the stairway, let's go. And it's literally just like 15 feet to the left as you guys are pulled into a white and gold trimmed door that goes into an actual like white marble staircase. It's 3 levels up. As you guys are rolling through, roll me some stealth checks. As you can see, little propeller driven automatons, drones that are just like zipping down this staircase, like, and they got little like telescopic eyes that are like looking around and just kind of scanning as they just drift past you.
Real quick, can I just have reminded everyone that like just a reminder, if you cast a spell or if you fucking fight anything, the invisibility goes away. And I just wasted fucking magic on that shit. So just don't do that. And then he's gonna like look right at Sheila. He's gonna be like, don't do that.
Stealth checks, baby. Natty 20. Who wants to roll for Chanteclair? Actually, no, I have his character sheet.
I don't. I took off the heavy armor. I haven't figured out how to get it to not roll like that, but I rolled 7 twice, so it doesn't matter.
All right. 16.
Did you roll with advantage?
I did not. Why am I doing that? 17.
Do we roll with advantage because we're invisible?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I rolled terribly.
Oh well, that's great because that went from a 14 to a 27,
good.
brah.
All right. So currently you guys are in a like a 30-foot, well, probably taller spiral staircase like area. Um, there's a like large middle column that is like completely open that allows for these things to pass through. Nocton, as you're just being a little lazy about where you're walking, you throw your elbow out a little bit, and you guys watch one of these automatons just get clipped, like it just hits something in midair, and it zips around and rights itself, and you watch the little eye start to like focus, and then it like readjusts, and then you watch it as it like starts to scan. It is going to start glowing a light blue color. As when it starts to like glow that light blue, three other drones that were around it have stopped almost like a hive mind and are now just like and they are now scanning with an apparent addition to their perception. So as they're scanning,
Nice. I'm going to release my homunculus servant.
we got a natural one. Perfect. So as you release your
Okay, great.
homuncular service, what are you doing?
I'm basically, so he's gonna be like coming out of my pack and sitting on my shoulder to see what happens if I need
I
a
would say that
distraction.
you're still carrying it, so it's invisible. But the second that it
Right,
leaves,
right. As soon as it leaves me, it's not.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm seeing if I need a distraction.
Yeah. So as he like climbs out onto your shoulder, you watch these things just start scanning, and as they scan with a natural one of them actually just hits the other one, and it looks at like almost with personality. Like these guys break from character, and like you watch their eyes like readjust for a little bit, and then just like bang together, and then like they turn red, and then just like zipping around a little bit as like a larger like not propeller driven, but almost like it's got some sort of like electromagnetic levitation on the underside of it, comes down with like this little like red light that's like whipping around its like head, and you watch as they're like finally like they stop being red and like hitting each other, they turn to blue, and then finally turn off, and the like almost guardian robot turns back to like no color, looks around, and then just like starts hovering back upwards as the other like automatons that were fighting kind of look at each other for a second, and then just like zip back down to what they were doing, luckily evading being caught.
Nice.
Holy shit, could you watch where you're going?
No, everybody fucking go.
All right, so you guys are with your stealth rolls are able to get you up the staircase 3 flights all the way to the long 500-foot hallway. Now, this is gonna be I almost want to make it like a stealth skill challenge. Because you guys are looking, it's just this grand hallway. There are tons of rooms that look like it branches off into like bedrooms, extra dining rooms, God knows what other rooms that you would need in a mansion this size, but it's just like a long hallway with a red carpet and a bunch of doors. There are automatons that are both flying and wheeling around on like these unicycle mounts. Some of them are dusting, some of them are rearranging. It looks like there are actually real people here that work too. But they are being left to do the more delicate things. Down the hall, it looks like it opens up a little bit to like a wider stance, and you can see that there's this like 25-foot tall painting that a bunch of sea elves are currently like not hanging on, but they have like scaffolding around it, and it looks like they're working on it or doing something to that painting. Very elaborate, even though the scaffolding is gold. So let's do it this way. It'll be a stealth roll on top of whatever skill check that you want to do. I need 3 successes before 3 failures. You guys can pick whatever abilities you want, and I'll tell you how it goes. But let's do it this way. It's 7:56. This is a perfect time. Let's take a break for 10 minutes as you guys are staring down this hallway. It's right there that you just need to get to. We will come back and figure out what happens. I'm AJ, your DM host, and we are balls deep in the Chanteclair residence. We have gotten safely past the first hurdle of the spiral staircase. Nocton luckily avoided getting seen by Natural One. However, you guys are now looking this massive hallway in the face. So it's a stealth and a whatever skill you are choosing to try and succeed at. So who's going first?
Can one of my skill checks be like holding an action?
Explain.
Okay, so yeah. So I want to use deception, but I want to like hold like I don't know, like a gold or something in my hand, and then if anybody like fucks up with their stealth, I'm gonna like do something with the coin, like either chuck it to distract somebody or like leave it somewhere where people will see the coin and be distracted.
Okay, so if you're going to be doing that, I would say that your stealth roll is going to probably be a disadvantage. So it'd be just normal.
Okay.
Because like you're concentrating on like, and like you're holding a gold coin out. Well, I guess you're holding it in your hand, correct? You're not like
Yes,
magically.
correct.
Okay, so yeah, it would be invisible. So then, yeah, no. Could you?
I'm just like prepping myself so that if somebody else fucks up, then I can just like do something real quick and distract them with something else.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Let's do it. So
So
let's see a stealth check, and then let's see a deception check.
straight roll on the stealth check or no?
Yes, no, with advantage because you're
Okay.
invisible. It wouldn't make sense. I like for some reason I was like, oh, he's like mage handing it or something, like some
No,
sort
no,
of
no.
like baiting thing. I don't know what I was thinking. So
No.
yeah,
No
20.
spells.
So 23. Yeah, you're fine there. So what's your deception?
24.
Yeah, you're fine. So with that, I will say that through cleverness, somebody has to take. I would say it would go to the first person that I guess would call it. So like the first person with the who rolls the lowest enough to be like, "Hey Finn," or like who like would require it will be able to have advantage because he's using like tactics to try and like help you. If that makes sense.
Um, can you recap what we see in the hallway?
All right. So it is a 500-foot long hallway. Halfway in the hallway, it looks like I'll say it connects to a much larger, like grand hallway. But completely covered. The white marble is completely covered with like these nice fine rugs that are red with gold trim. Um, at the midpoint, that's where that massive painting that's being worked on and cleaned by the staff is. And it looks like on either side, it looks like there's multiple rooms because there's multiple doors. And zipping through the hallway at like random are like everyone's like are like unicycle automatons, and then like the helicopter drones ones that fly overhead like periodically, like going to do stuff. But on the opposite side, there is two sets of doors, as there is on the side that you're currently at. It's just that door doesn't go, like that door goes to a balcony.
Okay. I mean, I am going to attempt to sort of, I don't know if you allow this. I want to use sleight of hand to walk carefully.
You're already walking carefully. That doesn't.
Sleight of foot.
Yeah. Sleight of
Okay.
hand is if you're trying to like reposition something.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use I'm gonna investigate and see if there is something that we can use as a serious distraction.
Okay. Roll both stealth and investigation, please.
That was not meant. I don't know why that rolled twice.
Mhm.
And also, again, I'm not
Okay,
wearing
I
my
will
heavy
let you
armor.
use. I will let you use sleight of hand with this roll, if you so choose to.
Okay.
Because with that roll low enough, you are like you're just misjudging your spatial awareness, and you're going to run into a side table, and it's going to be classic, but a vase is going to get like clunk clunk, and is going to start falling.
I
So
mean, hey, I was looking for a distraction.
I'll let you use your sleight of hand if you want to catch it.
21. I get
That's
advantage.
you're good. So
So
everybody now, but everybody saw the fact that like a table got shrunk and then like a vase like got like fallen and is now like just kind of floating about like 5 to 6 inches above the ground.
I didn't keep it from falling off. I caught it in
Yeah,
midair.
like while it was falling, you caught it.
Um so and that was both rolls, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and that counts as a success.
But you said everyone sees the vase just floating in
Yeah,
midair.
like there is like I mean if you're looking for if you guys are like looking around for like to be sneaky, you're also gonna see the fact that like there's a vase that's kind of like just like floating there a little bit.
Okay. Can I gently put it on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna leave it floating. It's gonna like
Okay. Ching, ching. And you can like gingerly take a step to the left and like start to hug the left side of the wall as you guys continue on. So it's 2 successes, guys. We just need one more. Sheila, Julia. I feel like
Julia so I would say Julia is probably staring at her like probably looks at her hand and like or doesn't see it and is just thinking back to all the books she read on invisibility and trying to like think back to any possible things that like the old wizard like the wizards would have said in the books of like how is the best way to use this or things to watch out for like how people can see through invisibility and she's like racking her brain of trying to figure out any possible thing that could possibly like make this not as effective as it normally is and just trying to make sure that there's like she's like because she keeps looking at the drones and trying because she knows she's heard of like she read True Sight and she keeps looking at the drones thinking like is there like True Sight in them or is it like trying to use history or arcana.
okay. So
But you tell me
uh
if that
no to I allow you to absolutely use Arcana here. If you're trying to like inspect the drones to try and figure out like if they have true sight, if they like if that ability exists, and actually no, Arcana or history both. No, I'll give it to you. But either works
okay.
because history would allow you to go backwards in time in your previous encounter and like reevaluate what you saw, and then maybe that'll offer you some insight. So you can roll whichever you'd like.
Okay. They're the same. So
Okay.
I'll go with Gunk.
History. So that is it wasn't hard. Because I'm assuming you're proficient in it.
Yes.
So remembering back to the encounter, you're like, do they have sight? And you saw that after it was agitated, it then turned and had a different color that it was showing, and then it had like a visible beam of light that was like it was then like cast onto the wall and was being used to scan. So you would assume that it has true sight or it has some way to be able to see beyond what is normally there or past illusions. But with that history check, it's something that they activate. It's not something that passively exists in those.
Cool.
So
Awesome.
you would actually know that like that's a vulnerability. Like they don't always have their true sight up. It's like only when like they have like an alert or they need to or they're told to, sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then
So stealth.
th- there's the with advantage.
So Where's the... Hold on. You barely snuck by. So with a third success, you guys are able to traverse this long hallway. As you guys get past this massive portrait, you see a very gaunt-faced, old, sort of white wispy hair, like slicked back. He's in a like almost military regalia with like a cutlass, the gold handle. Um, he has his hand like stuck into his jacket, all Napoleon style, and standing right next to him, but as like a littler boy, is a like almost like the same military dress, but like as a lower officer, and he's just standing there like this, like saluting like out into the audience, with his like matching regalia and like cutlass and like everything. So as you guys pass, you
Does this look like, does the littler boy look like Chanteclair?
yeah, he
Okay.
has that. It looks like he's been sporting that little like puffy sort of like ponytail, but then bald all over look like his entire life.
Okay.
Um,
Very cool.
it's just you can. Who has a high passive perception? You're
Me,
probably okay.
I have
So it's
18.
Me.
23.
17.
okay. So those of you with above a 20, you can hear as you guys pass by this painting. Chanteclair's just like muttering some things under his breath, and he's just like, "Ah, oh, he's like, it kind of sounds like cursing, as you guys can like slowly walk past like this large group of sea elves that are like working the scaffolding and lowering it for the next section of the cleaning. You guys can like hop past and then glide onto the opposite end of the hallway. Now that you are here, all right, buddy. Hey, not stealthy. Get over here. We need to break in. Um, if anybody has a distraction, that could be done all the way over there. Now's the time to do it. Let's go, Nocton. And he waves his hand invisible, but you can see that the little blue light like shines in front of you, and then like a secret door opens up, and or not a door, but a panel like for like a console that you could like type in a keypad. Just all right, I say we just break it off and then just go fucking and figure out what to cut. Yeah. All right. So he's gonna assist you in your role. So let's make it a intelligence plus.
So this isn't a lockpick roll?
Oh yeah, I guess we should sleight of hand.
Uh,
I forgot there was a thing. I should know that.
23.
For the 23, you break open the panel. It is a finely crafted. It looks like, I mean, all the wires are well managed together. Very easily to find the ones you need to cut and the ones that can disarm and do the bypass that you need to. You spark it up a little bit, and you're like, all right, if you know, now it's time. So you like he wait. He hits the button to like for the elevator, and then you zap it, and then you hear the and a sigh of oh, good job. And then you guys look behind your shoulder. Can you roll me a stealth check, Nocton, while you're doing this?
I can.
Man, you're on point with us tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still can't figure out why it's still imposing disadvantage. But I just get a straight roll, but I don't know why it's doing that still.
Can I give him? Can I give him another roll with my deception roll from before?
Wait,
Have you
can I do Flash of
have you
Genius?
used
Is
it,
that only
correct? I don't
saving
know about
throws? Oh no, that's a benefit. I'm gonna add 5 to that.
Okay, so it's a 15.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
if he gives me advantage, then it's a 15. Yeah.
Okay, so with a 15, damn, this is an alert staff. As you guys are fiddling away with the panel, creating all sorts of sparks and like grinding and like noises, like it's not quiet what they're doing, and you just see off like right at the base of the painting, one of the like the sea elves that is holding the scaffolding, just kind of like looks over, like still holds on to it, like drops one hand, like almost like squats down a little bit, like it's gonna help him see further. And then he drops the other hand, and it looks like he's gonna start making his way towards you guys, but he's doing so like almost like apprehensively. Because he doesn't see any, like there's nothing visual, but like he looked over and he could see some sparks, and it looks like the panel is open. So like he's coming to investigate, but he's about 200 feet away. What are you guys doing?
Can I estimate how long it's going to be for the elevator to show up, or?
Let's do this, because let's make some like could be greater.
God, how are my
I'll roll a
stats?
d12.
You want me to roll a d12?
No.
Oh, you.
All right, so it's gonna be 7 seconds. So it's gonna take a 1 round before it's gonna get to you guys.
Wonderful.
So with that,
At least I didn't bring 14.
what are you guys doing as this guy now crests at 175 feet? And now he's like standing up straight and his head's kind of like tilted, like he's definitely like off put by whatever's going on here.
Ben's just gonna be like, everyone stand very still.
Okay, is that the plan?
That's the plan. Just wait for the doors to open.
I'm going to release my homunculus servant and have it run all the way to the other end of the hallway, and intentionally like weave in and out of people.
Okay, so roll me a performance check for your homunculus servant.
I actually don't.
I'll say give it advantage because it's coming out of invisibility.
Help hide. Just want to make sure. It's friendly and voyagers. She game statistics in. Oh, I don't have a stat block. Hold on.
Just add 1 because it's a homunculus servant. There's no way it has more than a +1 to its performance.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. So 20.
Oh hell yeah.
20. Oh yeah.
All right, so this guy basically thinks that this homunculus servant has like crawled out of one of the panels, and as it what does it look like again? It's just a hand?
No, it's like it's like a small spider-like creature.
Okay.
It's got legs, so it's like skittering.
So as it clinks down and starts like skittering away, he like gets closer and closer, and then just starts like backing up. Goes, oh no, oh god, hey, oh shit, one of his stupid fucking inventions got out of here. Hey, somebody help! What we got it? And like he just like kind of like jips over. He's like, we got a live one. It must have crawled into the wall somehow. I don't fucking know. Oh god damn it! Fucking freak me out. Ugh. And then he like takes a quick look at the panel and yeah, definitely burrowed in there somewhere. So I'm not gonna be here when more come out. Fuck this. And he's gonna turn tail and start like walk running back like to the rest of them, as like you can see that your homunculus servant is like with a 19, like you watch it weave in and out. It actually starts climbing onto the painting, and these people are now like they've got like these these little brooms, and they're trying to fucking hit it, and it's just like you can see the little glint of metal as it like darts around and evades everything, and then like, oh fuck, yeah, just and then like everyone just goes like as it like gets onto the top of the frame, they're just like, fucking leave it, fuck it, fuck this. Like, let's go on break, guys. Fuck this. And they're gonna start collectively getting down on the scaffolding. It looks like this is enough bullshit for them for one day. And it looks like they're starting to pack up and like maybe go for lunch. Leaving you guys for a ding as you open into the elevator. Sheila, just roll me a dexterity check to see if you can finagle your body into this elevator. Also, let's hope it works, because you guys might be over the carrying capacity. Let's just if this is a 18 or higher, the elevator's not gonna work.
It was 17.
Okay.
Whew.
17. All right. With that, that's easy enough for you guys to all kind of like cram in. And what happens is it's like you guys all get in first, and Chanteclair kind of just goes, "Oh, I kind of thought there would be less," and like as Sheila just like crams her body into the elevator, and you can feel it just kind of like wobble a little bit up and down. Chanteclair's like, "Sheila, press the button."
Got you, sweetie.
Ding. It tries. You guys get really worried for a second, and then it just starts to slowly.
Knocked on. I'm assuming you're in here, right?
Yes.
That was fucking awesome. Great job.
Well, I was being a bit clumsy before, so.
Not bad. I'll give you that. But be ready. There might actually be those things in there.
Yeah, but I'm glad you did that because I was about to just stop blasting, and that would have been
Oh
bad.
my
So.
god! Well, luckily
You
it was
guys
just
screw up my invisibility spell. Meanwhile.
Meanwhile, so at what point do I start blasting?
You started blasting.
Ding! You guys are greeted with a lavish, like 3-section, like study lab, fabrication shop. It starts off with like hardwood floors, very lavish. There's marble pillars that kind of dance up the sides. There are bookshelves that like cover all the left side that like go all like we're up to like to 20 feet. You can actually see that like as like the book ends and in between some of the books there are like little like knickknacks that look like they're like if you've ever seen like antique shops and how they display them like it's like, oh, this is an old telescope. Like you can see just like old technology that looks like it's being displayed almost as if it's an art piece. Coasting on the red carpet and we're talking one carpet covers this massive like 50-foot by 50-foot area. The right side looks like it's more of a like it's got like a day bed. It's got like a little bit of like a fireplace that looks like it's like a flameless fireplace that always exists. There are like red velvet chairs all over the place. There's like a small little like liquor like stand and bar area to the like right next to the bookcase on the left. Crossing into it's very apparent because you got onto now stainless steel floor. This is like his kind of design and assembly studio. So there are plenty of this is a square room divided into 3, and the middle section is like where he has like a lot of his designs, kind of like how Xander had. They're not in like suspended like how Xander had it, but they're laid out with different fixtures that look like they're like he's in process of making them. You guys can recognize that a lot of this technology is familiar to the stuff that Chanteclair's men was like were wearing. Actually, even better, you would probably see one of Chanteclair's like those matte black helmets they all wore, like, or sorry, it was white helmets, like it on display kind of opened up, and you can see the inner workings of all like the different life support systems that are built into it. And then further in the back, you can see that there is like automated fabrication happening with like 3D parts. There are like other manual machines that are like clearly not turned on, but all with a blue glow that comes from a very clear generator that exists in the very back of this room, but is behind like maybe a thick pane of glass. But you can see like the electrical energy just coursing over the coils and into the rest of the room, powering it. No Chanteclair's dad or the eel. His name is actually Paco. But you guys now have the room to yourself. What do you guys do?
I'm assuming that we've like well, first thing I'm gonna do is investigate to see if I see any like monitoring devices.
Monitoring?
Monitoring.
Oh, like traps?
Traps or like
investigation check.
alerts or anything like that.
Yep. Investigation check.
And of course I closed it. I keep doing that. 17.
17?
Yep.
You would see that there it's hard to tell like at ground level and then eye level, but if you go upwards and you start to look at the ceiling, it looks like there are these tiny little discs that are like set on like at different, not different, like almost like repeated length, and it looks like those look like sensors to you. So you don't like they would require more investigation, which you can do easily, but like those look like they're something that could be maybe worked into an alarm system.
Okay. I'm going to point them out and ask Chanteclair how they work.
Those okay. So those are probably going to pick up any like large thumping around, like those are audio. So if those discs vibrate too much, they're probably going to trigger alarm.
Excellent. I'm immediately going to walk over to one of the workbenches and start pilfering anything I see that looks fun.
Okay, so can I get an investigation check for you? The rest
Are we? Sorry, question. Are we in air or water right now?
You're in air.
Okay.
24.
So you definitely find the components for Eldritch energy weapons, which would be like Eldritch blasters. There are like, it looks like he's trying to figure out how to work like Eldritch energy into like a blade that could then come out, but it looks like it's completely disassembled, and whatever he took out of it was like charred black, exploded in 3 different spots. Like he doesn't have the technology for that, but you can definitely pick up some like odds and ends to put your own Eldritch blaster together.
Dude's making the dark saber.
He's trying. And
Excellent. Yep.
However, as you're like pilfering his workbench, you look upwards and you can see that there is like he has a like multi-planed sort of like whiteboard, and something catches your eye because it's a symbol that you haven't seen in a while, but it was part of a math equation that was curious enough for you to start pulling one of the panels over, and you see the preliminary blueprints for a nuclear bomb. It looks like he is, because the city currently has a fusion reactor at its core, he wants to use the Sidonis technology, and he's thinking about weaponizing it in case anything bad happens.
I'm going to
like this is one of those items where like in engineering school where you went to, like it was like, hey guys, by the way, like there are some things we don't do, and like we don't build nukes. Like,
Right.
and it looks like this guy's plotting one.
Um, I'm going to mention that he is into some uh shady forbidden technologies.
Okay. The rest of you, what are you doing? Yeah, my dad is into some fucking weird shit. He seriously, the fact that oh oh it, sorry, let me show you the reason why he's probably doing what he's doing. And he goes and walks over to the study, and just the light pressure that he puts on the floor, you watch the corner of the study, the bookshelves slide open just about like 3 or 4 feet, revealing a steady blue glow behind, like that's a large glass cylinder and a floating sea elf that looks like she has a sort of like a white silk like nightgown on, and her eyes are closed. She looks like she still has like her hair, and um it looks like she has like a few scars on her. Well, now you wouldn't be able to see those because she's covered up, but it looks like she's hooked up to like a life support system within this container.
I assume that is your mother.
That's his mom.
So how would a bomb help her?
Well, he always said that to gain uh, knowledge that people might not, basically to protect, like he was going to go after, I mean, he was trying to jump into different planes to try and find a cure for my mother because we haven't found one here.
Excuse me. Where is that research?
It's probably I mean his desk is over there if you want to search it.
Yes, please.
All right, what is everybody else doing?
Books.
As Nocton runs over to the desk,
Walks lightly over to.
walks lightly over to the desk.
Pre-submergence books.
Okay.
Julia is always also looking at books with no specific like targeted thing.
Okay.
She's just like awestruck.
She works
by
in a
all of them.
library, so
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, cool."
All right, Aaron.
So if I can give Aaron advantage, maybe.
You can.
Yeah, I was gonna say Finn's gonna be like, Julia, help me find the pre-submergence books that I've been looking for.
Okay. All right. She starts looking.
All right. Roll your investigation check with advantage.
How's your investigation? Better?
That's a +7.
Yep, please do that with advantage.
Baby.
You want me to
Come
roll
on,
again?
no.
20.
All right. So starting at the bottom, Julia, there isn't anything anywhere on the lower levels, but you look up like right around like chest level, where there are just like where the books are probably worn the most. And you notice 3 different books. One looks like it has like a bunch of different numbers on it, like dates that that go way, way, way back in the past. Can you read Elvish? Or no, can you read Primordial? Sorry, it's Primordial.
God damn it. I was trying to pick out which languages. Primordial was the one that all of the books in the library were, right?
Yeah,
I mean-
Primordial's like Latin.
Julia could be 4.
Yeah, so you
Okay,
technically
Then yes. I was trying to remember which one it was. I'll tweak out one of my
that's fine. All right, so then
languages, but yes.
you find a large a book that is a like massive collection of public archives that date pre-submergence. You find a well-worn scientific journal that has a again another well-worn image of a sea elf and a like a very small like boy on the back of it, and then a pre-submergence copy of it is a autobiography of Miguel Don Enotis Sidonis, and it's called A Mortal's Ascension.
Just hand the three of them to Finn and be
All
like,
dated pre-submergence.
"Oh, these ones are pre-submergence, so it's a good start."
And please roll a history check. Well, as with advantage, as you turn over the book that has the image of the sea elf and the boy, and you look at it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh man,
I heard Finn too. That's funny.
you find yourself slowly drifting, and your eyes just like your vision just sinks into the small boyish face and the back of your neck. The hairs just go straight up as there is a spark of recognition of that same bouncy hair that you've had probably for a good while, even little. Um, you could swear that like you were looking in a mirror, or at least looking at an old photo of yourself.
Now, this is curious. I don't remember being on the cover of a book.
It's just very familiar.
She looks at you and looks back at the cover. So, what is this one? This one's in Primordial.
Yeah.
What does it say? Like,
This
what's the
this
cover?
one is the scientific journal of, and it's got the headliner like articles featuring um, Mr. Sidonis MD, and it actually tells, and as you like go to look at the like the index and like look at all like the inner covers, you see that there's a description next to this photo that says um, Mr. Sidonis and his son Frostian.
She reads that to Finn. She reads it out loud to Finn in common, like
Did,
translating it for him.
well, Finn understands primordial
Oh,
also.
you do. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Good.
he's got it.
But yeah, Finn's gonna be like, "Wait, what did you just say?
She just reads it aloud
His
again.
his son, Frostian?
Frosty. Finn, what's your name? Is Finn a nickname?
Yeah.
What's your
I mean,
last name?
I thought I knew, but I guess shit.
Are you
Uh,
going to elaborate for those in the dark?
Finn, who are you? She's just like looking at the book, looking at you.
I've been called Finn for so long. I I mean, I've always gone by. I mean, my name was Frostian Finnick, but I thought that's what my name was.
Hmm. She's
The
just like,
the the Gith called me Finn.
do you think that was because maybe you had fins?
I mean, I guess probably. Shit. And wait, and then Finn's gonna remember the vision that he had and hearing somebody calling for Frostian, and he's gonna be like, let's take that book.
Oh yeah, we're taking all these. And she like shoves them in a
Take
bag
off.
or something.
Are there any more? Are there any more?
Yeah, they now she's really excited and like rush like running through anything and everything.
All the other ones, I would say that there are plenty of other like scientific journals and different like archives that you could find, but there are none that are like specifically detailing the Mr. Sidonis.
Yeah, I was gonna say because now he's looking for Sidonis.
Yeah, so this, yeah, like you're like pouring through, and it's just like, oh god, this is about thermodynamics. Fuck, okay. They're like, this one's like an old like all about like how they actually figured out like how to do the force wall to keep the water out. Like they were like, it's like a whole journal entry about that. So nothing about um your alleged father.
All right. Well, this is a good start. This is a good start. We're gonna get back and we're gonna read this whole thing, and this. Oh my goodness, this is excellent. Thank you, Julia.
Have you seen any research about plane jumping? Because I am
Right, yeah, because that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
No, did you find the arcane gates?
That's a great question. Did I find things about arcane gates?
As you get over to the desk, what is your investigation check, Master?
Oh, you're gonna make me roll it again. Ugh, and
Because
just
it's
keep
new
the
place.
24. Just kidding. Okay. If roll 20 would not crash, that would be great.
He said, looking at a 1 and not telling.
$27.
Absolutely. You start to this. I mean, Paco the eel is he's a fucking dude. He's so messy, and you have to like you're starting to push notes out of the way. Binders start to fall off the desk a little bit. But you're able to catch them, like see that it's falling, and like you're able to like not make the huge sound. But with a 27, you're able to find a switch. You hit it, and the like what looks like it's just plain like kind of stainless steel panels in front of you open up, and just a massive corkboard wall slash like hologram sort of like assisted like drawing like appears in front of you. You look, scan quickly, and you can actually see that there are like preliminary sketches along with like all these different like other equations that have been like drawn out on like a bunch of other sheets that have been pinned up to the cork. Those appear like those are the notes you want.
I'm just gonna take them all.
You just rip them out. So I would say that it's going to take a ton of ingenuity and a ton of time and resources, but if you are able to slowly figure out, you might be able to like engineer one of these things. And then once you can engineer one, then it's just like, oh, I know how to do it. But
And
you
it's
definitely have
resources and time after that. Yeah.
exactly. You definitely have the blueprint for an arcane game.
Incredible.
Hey, Chantedouche,
What?
what's that money you were talking about?
Oh God, the money.
Because
Yeah, we want them diamonds.
yeah, just for your own reference, we need those to resurrect you.
All right. He's gonna roll investigation.
But
check.
like we got like 100 years to do it, so I might be wearing you on my finger for a little bit.
Okay, so that's good. I try to see if he would crit, just like cooler. But with a 20, it's going to be a little bit. But he's like, no, it's got to be. I remember he said, "Don't touch," and he starts like pacing back and forth in front of one of these, like staircase, one of these bookshelves in the opposite end, next to the desk. It's like, oh, was it? It's something that that guy was so poetic. It's probably, and then he's like, "Ooh," and he pulls one of the books completely off, opens it. It actually like it almost it's very odd because it appears like the front is actually paper, and then it opens up into like a little like lockbox, and he picks up this well polished like brass key. He goes, oh, right. And then he pushes his hand through the gap that it made on the stair in the like bookshelf, and he clicks it. Steps back. The staircase I keep calling it staircase. The stairs. God, the shelf slides open as a it's like top down back like black velvet safe, and it looks like there are piles of gold artifacts. I'll say like there's probably 3 or 4 diamonds that look like they're big enough to maybe be a resurrection worthy. There is maybe a few scrolls that exist in the back.
I mean, I say we clear it out. I'd like to make sure there are no monitoring devices on the inside first.
And as Nocton says that, you hear a loud piston as the door that you saw that you came into chunks closed, and you hear over a loudspeaker, putting your hands where they shouldn't. Chanteclair.
We're all still invisible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I thought I taught you better. Maybe the beatings didn't take. Well, at least I got one thing. You can do my beating for me. And you watch Chanteclair's entire armor light up red, completely different color. As we are going to end it for tonight, unless you guys try to just like skedaddle. As Chanteclair's arms, here's, guys, I can't fucking control this. As like his hands start to glow this red energy, he goes, "Guys, you should run." What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna whip out my pistol and aim it at his mom.
Okay. And do you say anything?
And I'm gonna say, "Are you sure that's what you want?"
No, we can.
Go ahead. Shoot.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Are Chanteclair's like hands free, or are they like wearing armor?
Yeah, like I mean it's full fingered armor. So like it goes from his fingers down to his feet and it goes all the way up to his neck.
Okay, so is there anything like free that I could conceivably cut off very quickly?
I still have his remote control.
Yeah,
but
he's
that was
over.
created by his dad.
Yeah, he's overriding that.
Dang.
Come on. You would have to remove his head because that's the only thing.
Could I like cut off a part of his ear or something?
Oh yeah, I guess that would work.
All right. Okay. I would like to do that very quickly. If
Okay.
Sheila
I-
will hand you the dullest knife ever.
Do you tell him you're doing this?
yeah, I'm gonna be like, Chanteclair, this is gonna hurt like fucking hell, but let me do it.
Just make it quick.
All right. So yeah, he's gonna take out his +2 dagger. I don't know if I need to make an attack roll, but
But let's do this. Roll initiative.
okay.
See who goes first. Pah!
Not Chanteclair.
Not our boys, so it doesn't matter. Go first. So that's awesome. He's able to he's fighting this. Like it looks like the veins are starting to like bulge around his neck, and like maybe like one of the vessels in his eyes is popped completely. He's like, and you run up and you just sink and cleanly cut off his, I'll say his left ear.
All right, I'm gonna take that, pocket it, and then I'm gonna bounce, and I'm just gonna look at Sheila, and I'm gonna be like, shove him in the fucking thing here.
In the what?
In the
In the behind the bookcase, the safe.
Put him in the safe.
Oh, he would fit.
We need the diamonds though.
Grab him.
I thought no, we haven't gotten him yet. Okay.
I'm going to. Okay, so
Okay,
wait.
if-
Do we all have to roll initiative?
So if I'm there, can I do that and then just like land in like the safe, like where the diamonds are? Are they like out?
There, you would have to reach in and grab them. They are not currently in hand, but they are within reach. Just no one has grabbed them yet.
Okay. Can I grab them as a free action if I am right there slicing his ear off?
With your free hand, because you're using a dagger, I'll allow it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a bunch of
You can grab one, like literally one diamond.
pocket a handful of whatever I can get.
All right, so I'll say that you grab the diamond and then you can drag it through a bunch of gold and platinum coins and just like push it into your pocket. You know you got a good amount, but you could figure you can count it later.
All right,
see.
then if
Yeah.
in that case, if that's my action and free action, then I'm gonna bonus action Misty Step outside from behind him.
And Sheila's just gonna stuff his ass in there.
All right. So you grab what you can grab. You misty step behind Chanteclair.
So I slice his ear, grab what I can grab,
Mhm.
and misty step out of the like out of like where the safe is.
Okay, yeah. So you can zip out, and then Sheila, you're just shoving him in there.
Yeah, just like straight out, just like booting them in.
All right. So as you're starting to boot him in, you can feel his suit starting to get hot, and he starts screaming. He's just like, hurry! And you can see the lights on his body starting to glow brighter, and he's like starting to vibrate. And he's like, I'm gonna fucking blow! Like as like you are pushing him in, you can throw him in there. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because you're just like, I mean, he's accepting his fate, so he stumbles in this little tiny cubby hole. What do you do next?
I'm gonna slam the door shut on that safe and then book it.
Okay. You have 2 rounds before a very large bomb is about to go off.
Is anything else happening in
Yo,
the
Finn, touch hands, please.
How many
Every-
people can Finn transport?
Me and up to 8 willing creatures of my choice.
Oh, excellent. That's easy.
All right, so you're gonna cast teleport.
Yeah, as we're all
Can
running
we all line
together,
up
I'm
like a
literally just
train?
like shoving whatever I can into my bag of holding. I'm not even looking. I'm just like
All
gonna
right,
run over
so
to Finn.
roll a d8 and roll a d12.
Me?
Yeah.
8, D12. 2, 7.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think
All right. So as you cram as much fucking loot as you can into your bag, I'll say that you can also grab another big diamond, and do
Okay.
the same thing. So you have 2 resurrection diamonds now that you have pulled from this safe.
Great.
And as Finn, as you start to cast your spell, and you throw and close the door, close the shelf door behind him. You hear over the intercom just this frustrated, no, 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 don't you, no, and you just hear like, ah, you fucking slow technology. Ah! And then as he's like screaming fuck over the intercom, you just can zip out of there without any issue. Where are you going?
To the Terror of the Deep.
Okay, I'm good. I was gonna say, I was like, please, you left your car there. And as you zip down and it like the hatch opens, you like pile in, you start to make your way down that long underwater shaft, and you guys feel this massive blast, thunderous like shockwave pulse through the water, so it goes through you. Little bits of rock come loose from the tunnel. You know what? Fuck it. Let's try. Let's do this.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on Sheila also.
Okay. So with an 11, it's starting to look like it's going to become a cave-in. So like rocks are starting to break apart, and like it's starting to like become more of like an oval. You guys, Nocton, just roll me a one of your vehicle handling checks to see how close of a call it is, as you guys can just like barely get right out of this tunnel as it starts to like collapse behind you.
Vehicle handling is intelligence plus
Your dexterity.
Right, yeah, that's what it was. Intelligence 20 wants 26.
Yeah, nice. It's not as close as Millennium Falcon, but you're just take off, and then behind you, you can just see that there's crumpled parts, and there's a massive, like 30, it's hard to tell. It's at least 30 to 50 feet blast that is just existing in the entire top of this manor. However, you do see that there is, like, you can see the glint and glow of that blue container that still exists and has like is completely was protected during that blast, and is like you can almost see the like foundation crumbling underneath what is this black shiny support that exists as a structure and like breaks it.
I should have
So
tried Vortex Warp on her.
And with that, you guys can quickly, like, I mean, you guys can hear sirens start to come around and like pull from different clusters going towards whatever commotion you guys made. You guys have stealth, you have invisibility. You can make the journey back to the boneyard and then make your way down that tunnel, popping out of it, heading back to Tika, and parking in the crankshafts, and then listening to the roar of Angie going, "So I take it the trip went well?"
Angie, we have
A trophy.
a few things to tell you.
And that's where we'll hard cut it. So we'll pick up with with next week's crew hopping in to try and see how they can mull this over. So with that, thank you everybody who was watching. This one was fun. We'll be back next week, same time, same place.
Speed.